What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about how to make money and the different various ways that are basically trending right now in 2025. And I'm going to talk about each particular niche and give you guys kind of the pros and cons of doing it. This is kind of going to give you guys a better idea of what to do and how to market yourselves and how to start a business. These are kind of various niches and it's very general, but in each particular niche, I'll kind of go more in depth and talk about it and the different ways you can make money. So number one, sales. I always talk about getting a sales job, realtor, solar sales, anything like that, where you're selling a product and you're getting commission for it and you're basically living off your commission paycheck. I think this is a very easy thing to start, and it's probably arguably almost the easiest out of all of this, I would say. But I'm mostly talking about like solar sales and actual sales, because obviously there's a real estate part right here. So I'm talking about more like a sales job, finance, stuff like that, where you're selling some sort of product and you're getting commission for it, high ticket sales included. I think it's okay. I think there are ways to make money in sales. I do think it's pretty easy to get into. The problem is, to be the best, it's hard. To get in it, it's easy, but to get from step one, step A to step Z, it's not the easiest, right? So I think if you guys are looking to start somewhere, this is definitely a good spot. And this thing right here can lead you to any of these. Next step right here is real estate. And this is kind of the path I took. I was kind of in between these two. I was in wholesaling, so it's kind of like a little bit mix of both. But I think if you want to be a licensed agent, that's a great thing. I am actually a licensed real estate agent as well. I don't really do many active listings, but I have done over 10 to 15 transactions in the last 6 months. So I do have a lot of knowledge in this. And also I have just recently launched a business where I help realtors with advertising and with their brand. So for example, if a realtor gets a couple listing appointments, I'm the one who brings it to them. I make paid ads for them. I make really good ads using AI generated tools that I have, and I have workflows that basically help them source the leads. They take the lead and they make money from it. So I think being a licensed real estate agent in residential, commercial, industrial, land, farm and ranch, there are so many ways to make money in real estate. I don't think it's a forever thing. I think you can get from this to real estate investing pretty quickly. You're probably getting into real estate at first. You have no money. You're probably wholesaling or being a licensed agent, or you're an appraiser. You're in the space trying to learn it and understand it. You can go from this step to actually being an investor very soon. But the thing is, being an investor, your return is typically 10 to 15 to 20% a year. On a typical property, obviously you can get more or less depending on what you're doing and your strategy, but that's very typical. So I think if you're like me and you're impatient, this is probably not the best to do long term. I think obviously if you have a lot of money and you want to put it into something, putting it in real estate is your best bet, in my opinion. Like, it's better than putting it in a bank. I would argue it's better than putting it in stocks right now. Honestly, that's what I would do. Next step right here is crypto. And I'm also going to kind of include day trading here as well. Basically high risk investments. I think with crypto, you have to be very careful with what you're buying and who's behind the coin, because there's so many different variations out there. And as you guys know, there's so many pump and dumps. So you have to be very careful. And really, it's hard to get into this unless you have some sort of money. So really, that kind of goes back to this one, or maybe even this one, depending on what you're doing. Like, you need to have money coming in to kind of get into crypto. Like, if you're putting $5, sure, you can 500x it every once in a blue moon. But you really want to be a high risk trader? Like, it's a high risk trader. That's what crypto is. And I do think it's great. If you have money, invest in it, but you need to invest it in yourself before you put your money into crypto. Absolutely. You're more important than any coin. You're more important than any stock. You're more important than any sort of real estate purchase. You need to put your money into you first and your brand. So now let's go into AI. And this is kind of what I'm getting into next, because right now we're in the AI wave. This wave right here was, the last 10 years. Obviously, crypto is great. Crypto is going to grow. Crypto is amazing. Like, get into crypto. But you need to figure out how to make money, how to hustle, how to get leads, how to make money from those leads. That's what you need to figure out first. And then from there, you put it into crypto. AI. Why is this important? Right now, there are so many companies out there who are selling AI to businesses. And why do I think this is great? Why? Because there's a need for it. These older people from the baby boomers, for example, from people who were born in the 40s, they don't know AI. They don't know any of it. And they need your help. And for someone young like me, or anyone who's watching this, they can easily start this, and literally you can do it with zero coding. You can literally tell ChatGPT what you want to do and it'll do it. Obviously, it's not that simple. It's way more stuff than just that, but you can literally do that right now and arguably make a startup business right now. Obviously, that's just the start. You still have to do a lot of stuff manually, 100%, but it's getting to the point where you can automate a good chunk of your business. And really, you're just focusing on actually selling the product for the most part. You're the name behind the image or the product. Now, online business. this kind of goes with personal branding. I should have written it down, but I didn't. But it's super important. And they all kind of tie together too. And I really think you should have a little taste of every single one of these. These are all ways to make millions and millions and millions of dollars. So again, online business, I think having a brand is everything. Like I said, this goes along with personal branding. You need to have a brand. And having an online business tied to your brand, whether it's a clothing business or you're selling merch or selling shoes, whatever you're selling, and if it's behind your brand, that's a huge way to make money. Your image is everything now, and that's why it's so important to actually get started, right? So again, I'll talk about myself and kind of what I'm doing and my plans for the next few months. So I had experience in this one, not really so much this one, and I'm kind of getting into this one as well. So online business and AI, I kind of am just starting doing. I've had a fair amount of success. I've been on about 5 or 6 podcasts now. I mean, I've helped generate hundreds of thousands of dollars. I have made close to that amount as well. I'm doing pretty well, but I have a lot of room to go. So this is exactly what I'm launching, and I think it's very important for you guys, especially if you're a licensed real estate agent, to see this video. So I'll talk about myself. I have done tons of transactions, and I have done very sophisticated investor type of transactions that are way tougher to deal with than normal traditional transactions. Way more difficult, trust me. And it's tough, but this is what I'm doing. I mentioned this earlier, and I've mentioned this in other videos, because this is a new thing that I'm doing. I am launching an AI advertising company, a marketing company for real estate agents. And why am I doing this? Because you guys are like, why is he doing that? He's already done success. He's had success in this other business. He's made hundreds of thousands of dollars. Sure, say that. But this is the thing. Real estate agents, I think it's 72% of real estate agents in the last year didn't even sell one listing. And that annoys me, honestly. That really does annoy me, because how am I 19 years old and I've done over 10 of these? That makes no sense. I am 19 years old and I've made over tens of thousands of dollars. I've done over 10, 15 deals the last 5 months, and I've been on podcasts to prove it. Like, it's all out there. How am I doing that, but you guys who need help aren't? It's because the marketing stuff I learned, the people I'm around these people who have millions and millions of dollars. It's the network I have. And basically, I'm not only selling my AI stuff, which is amazing. Like, I have very good workflows I've created. I have very good tools, but I'm also selling myself in a sense. Like, I'm selling my brand, I'm selling the knowledge I have, I'm bringing that to you guys as well. So for anyone who's a realtor who needs help, whether you're new and you have no listings, whether you are experienced and you're getting a ton of deals and you wanna get to the next level, or you're even in a smaller brokerage or a mid-sized brokerage and you're looking for more listings for your agents, I'm your guy. And not only because I have experience, I've made tons of money doing this, but because I'm a licensed real estate agent myself. So again, I think if you are a licensed real estate agent, contact me. I'll be happy to help. My team and I can help you 100%. This requires little to no money. It can require some money, but typically not so much depending on what you're doing. This is easier than this. Real estate's definitely tougher because there's a higher level to entry, right? Crypto, same thing. You have to understand how they move it. You have to understand trends. This kind of goes to day trading as well, right? I didn't mention day trading here, but it's not similar, but you're trading. You're basically doing high risk investment, right? So you have to have a very high skill level to get into this, to get a lot of money. AI, honestly, it's probably the lowest entry level compared to all of these, because you have ChatGPT, you have these tools that you can use to help you out. So the skill level here, it is high to make a lot of money, but to get started, not too high. And online business, same thing. I think it's harder for this one because you have to have a brand. And if you don't have a brand, you're not really going to make much money. You have to have an image. So I think it's obviously anyone can start an online business, but to get to that next level, it's pretty tough. Right. So anyway, this is just a quick video. I want to kind of talk about multiple ways to make money. And if you guys have no idea what you want to do and you're young, these are some ideas. Maybe you guys can think of something. I can actually go more in detail in other videos on what you should do and why you should do it. I'll absolutely do that. But for now, take this with a grain of salt. I think every single one of these is a great way to make money. So just find your strengths, find your weaknesses, and then from that, figure out how to execute. So again, subscribe to my channel. I have a lot more content coming. I want to kind of show you guys what I do and what I'm doing in my business, like the insider stuff. And I think it's kind of good to show you guys. I think it can deliver a lot of value. So I do have plans to kind of show what I do in my life and now that I'm starting my company, I'm kind of delegating a lot of stuff with my team. And I guess from there, I want to show you guys what it takes to actually run a successful company, and then also kind of my sales techniques and also how I can help you if you don't have knowledge that I have and that I have received. So again, I appreciate you guys watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.